Oh, what do we have here? Stay tuned. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a special head-to-head where we're going to put the Status Pro X Earbuds head up against the Technics EAH-AZ100 Earbuds. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests for this. I even got requests for it in my live stream that I just did this past weekend. They're requesting that these two go head-to-head. Now, this is definitely a Gauntlet Series worthy head-to-head rather, and unfortunately someone had to be left out of the Gauntlet Series, so unfortunately the AZ100s were, but at least they get their own personal head-to-head spotlight against the Pro X, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I will. A lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. All these are a lot of fun, so this is going to be another special one. All right, so if you're interested in price, specs, and app breakdowns for each of these earbuds, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I'll also leave links to where you can find one or buy one or both of these if you are indeed interested. Okay, so before we jump in, I'm ready to jump right into everything. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at both of these. Okay, let me get this one out. I'm making such a mess of everything. All right, so as you can see, we've got the Pro X on the left, Techniques on the right, and as you can see, the Pro X is still, even though they are more streamlined from the 3 ANCs, they still are a little bit bigger or much bigger than the AZ100s. They will protrude out your ear a little bit, whereas the AZ100s are very, very discreet once you set them in. They're very comfortable. I am rocking the large stock ear tips for both of these guys. So I do get a really good seal and everything with them. So that helps with sound as well as noise canceling. I do like the look. I love the Techniques with that vinyl look. Reminds me of the old school vinyls when I was growing up. I love that. I love that they kept that going because, you know, they're known for turntables and everything. So it's good that they kept that little nugget there as far as their, you know, as far as their history. Very, very nicely done. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and let me put these guys back in. All right, there we go. We'll go ahead and we'll do some testing with the mics and ANC, and then we'll come back for the sound test. Stay strapped in. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds without AI function turned on in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds without AI function turned on in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds with AI turned on in a quiet location. This is mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds with voice AI turned on in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds with no AI function turned on in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds with no AI turned on in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds with AI turned on in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the EAH-AZ100 earbuds with the voice AI turned on in a crowded location. All right, we are out for a noise canceling test for the Status Pro X earbuds. All right, as you can see, I am wearing them, and right now we are currently in ambient mode on super. And I'm telling you, everything is crystal clear. We had traffic coming behind me. We got traffic coming. We got a light wind. We got a light breeze. I am taking in all of that. And there's a motorcycle about a half a block up the street that I can still hear. I mean, these things, ambient. Let's go to high. All right. Okay, high got a little quieter. Okay, high got in ambient mode. We're in ambient mode now. High got a little quieter. Super pretty much opened up the floodgates as far as the ambient sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and switch over to noise canceling. All right, now ANC has been turned on, and it did get a lot quieter. I mean, is it taking out all the sound? Is it completely quiet? No, it's not. I can still hear some of the traffic. I can still hear some of the cars behind me, but I'm telling you rather, what you're hearing through the mic, I'm not hearing. All right, it's got a lot quieter on that, and that's fantastic, and I'm really liking it. I wish it was a little bit more quieter than I'm getting, but again, it's still doing a fantastic job. This is crazy. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put it on. We're gonna turn on wind noise reduction and see what that does. We got wind noise reduction turned on, and let's turn that back off to see the difference. All right, yeah, I'd rather not have wind noise reduction on, because that kind of hurts the noise canceling. But again, doing a really good job. I wish it was a little quiet. I wish it was quieter. I can still hear some, but again, I mean, compared to what you guys are picking up, I'm not hearing that on here. This is they're doing a really, really good job. All right, so if I had to rate these between 1 and 10, 1 being absolute trash, 10 being the best ever, I'd be good with a solid 7.5 on these ones. Not quite at 8. I don't feel comfortable giving them an 8 on that, because because of the level of sound that's coming through on the ambient sound that's actually being that's not being blocked. Okay, now I can understand if I had it where it was getting blocked, but it was getting through, but it was really low sounding, then I could give it an 8. But just because it's coming through and I can hear and the volume level is a little higher, I can't do that. So a 7.5 on these ones. I wish it was better coming being a new pair of earbuds. Their latest ones, I hope they would improve that. But still, they did a really good job. So this is, and one more thing. I am using the large ear tips on these. I did swap them out, and I'm not listening to any audio while I'm doing this test. This is strictly the strength of the noise canceling within the earbuds. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there for you guys to know. All right, so this has been the ANC test for the Status Pro X Earbuds. All right, we are outside for the ANC test for the Technics EAH-AZ100 Earbuds. It's cold, but I'm gonna show you my ears anyway. All right, I got them in. Okay, now as you can see, we got traffic going back and forth here on the street. Got a light wind. I don't know if the mic's picking it up or not, but it's a nice little gentle breeze going through, brisk, and it's cutting right through me. All right, right now, as you can see, we are in ambient sound mode, and we have it turned all the way up to the max. So what we're gonna do now is, of course, now all the cars disappear. But anyway, I can still hear traffic from the streets above me or behind the camera here up on the hill. I can still hear them. And we got some trains and everything in the train yard working, so also behind the camera. So we're gonna pick that up as well. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and switch on noise canceling. All right, noise canceling is on. I do not have adaptive turned on because I'd rather have it on and off. And I have to admit, now we got traffic going by. I see that car. I could barely hear it. Is it blocking it out completely? No, it's not doing that. But it does have really good noise canceling here. I can feel the wind, but I cannot hear it through the mics. Again, I am using the large ear tips on these, and I'm also not listening to any audio whatsoever. That way we can just get a full perspective of how the ambient sound or the noise canceling technology on these earbuds is working. Now, those two cars that just rolled past, I barely heard them. So they're doing a really good job by themselves here. So how will I rate these guys on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being absolute trash, garbage. The second, or 10 rather, being the best ever. I think I would give these a solid 7.5 on that scale. They're doing a really good job. Again, you got traffic. I know you can hear it on the mic. It's rolling up and down the road now, but I can barely hear them. They're not completely wiped out, completely blocked out, but it's doing a really good job anyway. So about a 7.5 on my scale. Actually, you know what? No, I think that's a little downplaying. I'm gonna give them an 8. Yeah, we'll give them a solid 8 on this one. Yeah, I think 7.5. Now that I got more cars going by and stuff like that, isn't picked up. They're doing it really good. I'm gonna give them an 8. I'm gonna give them a solid 8 on this one. I feel comfortable with that. So still doing a really great job. So this has been an ANC test for the Technics EAH-AZ100 Earbuds. All right, we are back for the sound test. We're gonna start off with the Pro X. We have them all in. We actually pair it up, rather not in, but we have it paired up. We are in the app. I'm gonna quickly show you my EQ settings for the Pro X. There they are. Okay. And someone asked me for these. I'm gonna have to jot these down and put them out in the post. But that's how they are set there. You can go ahead and pause it right here if you're interested in seeing exactly what the settings are. So, but here we go. All right, I'll give you a second. All right, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and check our volume level first. Make sure we are at preferred listening level. We are there. All right, so we gotta go ahead. We got our first song ready to go. So let's go ahead and pop the Pro X in, sorry. All right, there I go. Hitting that touchpad. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna flip the cameras over. Or actually, we're gonna go to there we go. And now we're gonna go and do our, come back. All right, there it is. It didn't turn on. All right, so now we got our cutaway. We got our song queued up. Song number 1, Dominic Feels I Me, Feeling Good, a cappella. We got the Pro X in. Let's get it. Okay, right off the bat with the volume. Sounds good. Let me make sure I got my noise canceling turned on. Do I have that on? No, I do not. Let's turn that on. All right, there we go. Yeah, the background vocalists sound clear as well. Filling in the space. Again, her enunciation is nice. The B's, P's, and T's popping. Her breathing rhythm, inhale before the verse. You can hear her exhale out with the last word of the verse. Very nice detail. Okay, and you can also hear that slight echoing as well. Again, I love this part when they're harmonizing together. Sounds so good. Yep, very, very clear. Let me go ahead and pause that. I love the balance between all three, even though you got background vocalists, the good separation as well. That was very, very nice. All right, so what we're going to do now, I really enjoyed that. Let's go ahead. We're going to get these out. We're going to switch over to the AZ100s, get them paired up. We're going to look into the app, see their settings, and then we'll see how they handle song number 1. All right, we're back in. We've got the AZ100s all paired up. We are in the app. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we got noise canceling turned on. I didn't turn it on at first for the Pro X, but we got that corrected. Let's go in. I want to show you my EQ settings for the AZ100s. Very excited to see how they handle this. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our music here. We're going to make sure we at our optimal listening level. We are there for the AZ100s. Let's go ahead and pop these guys in. All right, let's go ahead and flip the camera so you can see me. What's up? Let's make sure our cutaway's on. All right, we're good. Real quick test. All right, just to make sure we are in. I feel like this one's locked in. Let's make sure he's locked in. All right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure the right one was locked in. All right, so here we go. Song number 1. AZ100s. Let's get it. Okay. Volume, as far as volume goes, don't need to turn it up. Nice and loud. Vocalist sounds clear. All right. Now we got the background vocalist filling in. Nice separation. They sound clear as well. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Getting the nuance of her singing, the B's, the P's, the T's of her enunciation, popping. Yeah, got that slight echoing too. And her exhale. Very nice. Very clear. And again, got the background vocalist also coming in, sounding nice too. Again, good separation. I love this part when they're harmonizing. All right, very clear. All right. Sounding good. Good separation with the vocalist. You got the nuance of the lead vocalist or sing, as far as the breathing, her breathing rhythm, her enunciation of words. You're getting all that. Even got the slight echoing in the song. Good detail. Again, in the background vocalist, good spacing. They sound clear as well. All right. So this is starting off to be a really good one. Let's see how these two handle the bass song. All right, we're back in for our second song, our bass song. We're going to go with Blue Laces 2 by Nipsey Hussle. We got the Pro X in. Let's go ahead and flip the cameras. Let's get our cutaway up into. All right, so here we go. Song number 2. Let me make sure I got noise canceling turned on. All right, noise canceling is turned on the earbuds as well. So here we go. Let's get it. Okay. All right, vocals clear. Ooh. Oh, that low end bass is clean. And it's rumbling, tickling the ear canals. Oh my goodness. Right off the man. Oh, that bass is that's clean. Now the vocals, Nipsey Hussle rapping, sounds very clear. Oh, sounds so smooth. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. Again, I love the bass. Like the punch. Let's turn this up a little bit. Ooh. All right, we up at a higher volume. Ooh. That bass drop is clean. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let me go back down where I belong. All right. Let me pause this. All right. So right off the bat, the low end, nice and smooth rumble. Oh, it gave me everything. And then again, you had the vocalist, the female vocalist there. She sound nice and clear. And then when Nipsey Hussle came in, he sound clear, despite the fact that the bass was nice and powerful. Didn't overpower any other song, but it basically was like hand in hand. I like that. I like that that combination. I love the fact that neither one of them, the balance, that's the word I'm looking for. I like the balance between the bass and the vocalist. I mean, it sounds really good. All right. Whew. Let's go ahead. Man, I'm impressed with that. Let's jump in. We're going to grab and put the AZ100s in. All right, let's do a quick test. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to make sure we're at our volume level. All right, we are there. All right, so here we go. Song number 2, bass song, AZ100s. Let's get it. Okay, volume, nice. Don't have to worry about turning it up. Vocalist, female vocalist sounds nice and clear. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay. Nice rumble. Okay. Now Nipsey Hussle sounded nice and clear. Okay. The bass is nice. I like that low end. I wish it was deeper. It hits, but I wish it would go a little deeper. But it sounds really good. Let's turn this up. All right. Okay. Again, no distortion. Again, but all right. Yeah, I was waiting. Let me get this back down here. All right. Okay. Man, that sound really good. I like the low rumble on it. I wish it was deeper though. I wish it went a little deeper than it did, but man, that sound really good. And again, nice punch, very powerful. This is probably the best set of earbuds that Technics has come out with so far. I like the way they really did the diaphragms on these, but yeah, you could definitely tell the difference in bass between the Pro X and the AZ100s, but both of them did a really good job with that bass, but you could definitely tell the difference. All right. And again, the vocalist, Nipsey Hussle, and his background, his female vocalist on there singing the hook, both of them came through very clear on the AZ100s. Very well done. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to our third song. All right, we are back in for our final song. We'll go with our instrumental song. We'll go with Beethoven, Mozart. I'm sorry, yeah, Don Giovanni by Mozart, not Beethoven. Sorry. So we're gonna go ahead with that. We've got the Pro X in. All right, let me make sure we good. All right, just want to make sure we got them in. It's going to the right song. Let's go ahead and click the camera flip. All right, here we go. We got our cutaway. All right, so here we go. Mozart, Pro X. Let's get it. All right, comes in very clean, very smooth sounding. The lead violin sounds very crisp. And the second violin is sounding really crisp as well, but you can definitely tell the depth and sound. And of course, you got the cello giving you that nice rumble. Again, very, very clean sounding, very clear. I love this song for the testing. Ebbs and flows all over the place. Again, the cello with the low chords give you that nice little rumble, that clean, smooth rumble. Very nice. Sounds very, very clear. And again, everything's picking up again. You got the lead violin sounding, I'm telling you, really, really crisp. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh, man. And they all come together sounding very, again, I love the bass, the balance of the bass and the crispness of the violins on these earbuds. I mean, they're doing a really good job of when it comes to that. Let's go ahead and get these swapped out. All right. Let's go here. We're going to plug in the AZ100s. Do a quick test. All right, we're good there. Let's back it up. All right, so here we go. Final song, all instrumental, AZ100s. Let's get it. Okay, first rate up, the violins, nice and clear. The volume, nice and loud. Don't have to worry about turning it up. Okay. Again, the violins sound nice and crisp, but they sound like they're a little bit distant than the cello. So there's a little lacking balance there. But I love the bass that the cellos give you when it strikes those chords. I love that likes a little punch of bass that it gives you. But again, I wish it was a little bit more of a balance. Okay. Again, I like how crisp the violins is. Okay. And you got the second violin as well, doing it nice and clear. Again, they sound good. You just can tell the difference in balance. Again, I love the cello is my favorite instrument in this song. Let me pause that. It just is. I love the little bass knock that it gives you a little bit of a bass slap, if you will, for lack of a better term. I love how they does that. Man, this was a great head-to-head. Definitely gauntlet worthy. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. We'll come back and we'll talk about these two earbuds and break them down category by category and see who comes out the winner. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in it. Man, this was a great head-to-head. Oh, definitely worth a Gauntlet Series entry. But man, I'm so glad we got this one in. All right, so let's go ahead and break them down real quick. First, price. I'm going to give them both points. Although the Pro X got them on the early bird at $249. Originally, they were $299 at the time of purchase, but yeah, actually, yeah. And then of course, when I got the AZ100s, they were $299 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give them both points on that. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll take that back. Because I bought these at $249, they get the point there, even though they're originally priced at $299. I bought them at $249, as like I bought the AZ100s at $299. So the point will go to the Pro X. As far as the app, I am going to give them both points on the app. Okay, both of them give me all the pricing, all the details, and all the things that I need. And everything works out, and everything works fine, and even looks good on both of them as far as aesthetics. So I'm gonna give them both a point on the app. Excuse me. When it comes to the mics, I am going to give them both points on the mics, and let me explain why. I like the Pro X in a quiet location. When you're in quiet areas, quiet environments, I think their mic sounds a little bit more natural as opposed to the Techniques. Even with AI turned on, you sound just a little bit more robotic, almost, in my opinion, compared to the Pro X. All right, even, like I say, even with AI turned on. Now, if you flip the script and go into like a noisy environment where you got a lot of ambient noise, I like the AZ100s with the AI turned on. You sound a little clearer, even though you're getting a lot of ambient noise sucked in or into the mic. You can still hear yourself a lot much clearer than you can with the Pro X when in the exact same environment. So, in that reason, I'll give them both points on that. When it comes to noise canceling, I'm gonna have to give that nod to the AZ100s. I think their noise canceling is a little better than the Pro X. And then when you go into the sound, let's go ahead and break that down real quick. The first song, both of them did a really good job with the acapella, very clear with the background vocalist, the lead vocalist, as well as the background vocalist on that one. I just think that they sound a little smoother on the Pro X than they did on the AZ100s. I mean, again, both of them did a really good job, but if you're listening to them carefully, you can definitely tell they sound a little smoother, a little bit more polished on the Pro X than on the AZ100s. And then that's saying a lot because they really sound clear, had the balance and everything, the nuance when it came to her voice as far as enunciation, breathing, and everything. They did a fantastic job, but you can definitely tell just a little bit more polished over here on the Pro X. Now, going over to our bass song, Nipsey Hussle, Blue Laces 2, both of them did a really good job on the bass, but I noticed that the bass, as far as the bass drops in that song, the AZ100s didn't go as low as the Pro X did. I don't know if it's the driver thing or whatever, but you could tell where they stopped as far as when the bass dropped, where it stopped in that song, whereas with the Pro X, it just went lower. And it was a little cleaner. I like the bass on both of them, especially when I turned them up at the higher volume level. They both absolutely kicked with the bass hits, but them bass drops with the low end went a little further on the Pro X. The vocalist, the Nipsey Hussle, and his background vocalist who was singing the hook came very clear on both of them, so I cannot argue that. But I'm focused on the bass in this song, and that's where these guys differ. Now, moving on over to our final song, Mozart, all instrumental. Both of them did a really good job with the violins and the cello. I just think the cello, I just think overall they sound cleaner on the Pro X than it did on the AZ100. When I say clean, I mean smoother, a lot more, and come back with that polished sound when it came to the Pro X, where it sound good. I got the good bass with the cello when they striking them chords, a nice rumble and everything. The violins were crisp, but again, it's going into polish and overall sound and how at the finished product sound. And I think it sounded a little bit more polished on the Pro X end of the spectrum there. So it was a great one, definitely worthy of being in the Gauntlet Series. But I'm going to have to go with my winner. I'm going to have to go with the Pro X on this one, just because of the more polished sound. Now, yes, noise canceling is better here, absolutely. They are pretty much on par when it comes to the app. I like, again, they split the difference on the mics, but when it comes to just the overall sound, the Pro X has a more polished sound, in my opinion, than the AZ100s. Again, do not sleep on the AZ100s. I absolutely love these. These are definitely in my rotation, of course. Again, somebody had to be left out of the Gauntlet Series, but like I said, they got their own individual video as well. Huge shout out to Aramis. You know who you are in the comments and in my live stream this past weekend. You definitely pushed for this one. I was going to do it. You definitely pushed for it, so I'll make sure I get it out this week like I promised. So I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, that will wrap up this head-to-head. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, go and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.